You got put into an impossible situation, booking this interview, and then all of a sudden the rug's pulled out from under you. You find out she's being paid to show up. It's unfortunate for this program.
And Todd's comments track with industry reports about internal uproar at NBC over a hire made directly by the network's top brass. McDaniel was reportedly wooed to the network by NBC News President Rebecca Blumenstein, who, according to Politico, spent much of the past year cultivating a relationship with McDaniel. Today, the NBC News Union publicly slammed Blumenstein's boss, NBC Universal News Group Chairman Cesar Conde, citing recent layoffs at the network while denouncing the hire of McDaniel, who is reportedly pulling down $300,000 a year for her new gig. Quote, 2 weeks before NBC proudly announced the hiring of Ronna McDaniel, execs illegally terminated 13 union journalists. Cesar Conde never offered an explanation for the layoffs, but actions speak clearly. NBC prioritized an election denier over its own reporters. And the blowback has been strongest at MSNBC, where the network's president, Rashida Jones, has been frantically trying to calm the outcry, reportedly assuring MSNBC staff that McDaniel will not appear on its shows. But that hasn't stopped some of the talent from delivering some truly sanctimonious rebukes on air, like this one from Nicole Wallace, the very same Nicole Wallace who served as George W. Bush's press secretary.
NBC News, either wittingly or unwittingly, is teaching election deniers that what they can do stretches well beyond appearing on our air in interviews to peddle lies about the sanctity and integrity of our elections. But what we've also said to election deniers is not just they can do that on our airwaves, but that they can do that as one of us, as badge-carrying employees of NBC News, as paid contributors to our sacred airwaves.
Sacred airwaves? Look, Ronna McDaniel should certainly be held to account for some of her rhetoric and actions during her time as RNC chair. But this vocal dissent seems to be less about McDaniel and more about the Republican Party circa 2024. Whatever issues the journalists at NBC News and MSNBC may have had with the messenger, it seems like what they're really trying to do is stifle the entire message. Joining us now is someone with a unique perspective on this, Mick Mulvaney, former acting White House Chief of Staff under President Donald Trump and NewsNation political contributor. Mick, so good to see you. So back in 2022, if people don't know, you were hired by CBS, ultimately driven out by a similar backlash. What do you think as you're watching this unfold?
Oh, I'm having a good laugh, Jesse. I got to tell you, it's so fun to watch these folks fall over themselves. I quit on January 6th, and I've never said that Donald Trump won the 2020 election, but I got the exact same reception at CBS. This has nothing to do with Ronna McDaniel's behavior regarding January 6th or the 2020 election. NBC just cannot stand having somebody from the right on their sacred airwaves. It's funny to actually, if it wasn't so sad, it'd be hysterically funny. Keep in mind, and you've mentioned something that I am a paid contributor to this network. However, I did talk to NBC before I took this job, and they had zero interest in me. And again, I did not go along with January 6th or the 2020 election denial. So it's just, this is, as a conservative, it's so much fun to watch them beat up on themselves. And by the way, one of the reasons I'm glad I'm associated with NewsNation, because we take folks from the right and the left.
Yeah, oh, yes, we do. And I love that about this network. But look, talking about NBC News, the list of left-leaning partisans, very, very long. And look, I will agree, bringing in McDaniel is not exactly the same as bringing in someone like Jen Psaki. Okay. What Republican pundit would pass that network smell test if it's not McDaniel? Who do you think?
Yeah. No, the ones they have. Michael Steele, who has completely said he's no longer a Republican. Nicole Wallace, who said she hates Donald Trump. I think there's one other one, the bald guy who worked for McCain, who's now not a Republican anymore. You have to completely say that your mind is now right and that you realized you were wrong as a conservative and that you are now a liberal. That's what they take, and that's what they pay for at NBC. If you are a conservative who still believes you're a conservative, you are not welcome there. And it has nothing to do with credibility. Keep in mind, this is a network that gave a primetime show for several years to the Reverend Al Sharpton. And don't get me wrong, I like Reverend Al. I was on the show many times when I was in Congress. But if you want to talk about gaslighting and lack of credibility, it doesn't get any more incredible than Al Sharpton. So it has nothing to do with January 6th.
Well,
and
let me ask you a question.
everything
If she had that position, but she didn't take the positions that she did regarding the election or didn't get involved in Michigan, you still think that we would run into the same issue?
That's what happened to me at CBS.
Yeah.
Keep in mind the backlash. And see, I got pilloried on the Colbert show when I got hired, and I did not do any of the things that they are accusing her of Ronna McDaniel of doing. It was just that I happened to work for Trump. That's it. End of story.
I actually remember that. But listen, I'm a little biased. I'm happy you're here, Mick. I love talking to you. Love having you on. Good to being on the Hill and the show with you. So congratulations on being part of NewsNation. Thanks so much for coming on.
They're good to be with. Thanks, Jesse.
Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find NewsNation on your cable provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.